What is up, everybody? Escape211 here. Today we are talking about Lacewing. We're on the test server. I'll put my build up for this one. I'm just going to be doing a base build, and then I'll be doing a max build. I didn't want to do like intro outro stuff just because I'm putting this video out later than most other people, so I don't really think it's necessary. I also think for most this is a pretty straightforward feeling Lancer 2.0. You know, a lot of similarities in how Lancer feels to this one. With just some added benefits, of course. So yeah, it's I like that you can move. You can see a little bit there. You can move when you're in the air, and I like the added stats, of course. It generally feels the same as Lancer in that your jump height and stuff are the same. You'll see I just dropped off there. Ooh, I'm wondering if I can get this guy just because I'm trying to lay the mines down. Yeah, nice. Got him with one. There we go. That is the other added benefit with this guy. He drops a mine when he jumps. That happens right at the beginning of your jump when you first press it. It will have limited potential and usability. It's kind of an odd choice. I don't understand why they did that. I think there's more important things for protecting this guy that they probably should have done. No, thank you. Well, I should be able to take you out on ground though. Yeah, your shots are not going to be that hard for me to deal with. Dodge. All right. The mine is, you know, I could see where if something, you know, dash mechs try to come in on you or a seeker does, you have a way to not only defend yourself and get away, but offensively hit somebody, and that's kind of nice. But for everyday use and most practical use, I don't think it's going to be that great. What I fear the most, and the most ridiculous probably in playing this, will be against AI as you get to higher levels. Not as bad here, but when you get to max, they can swat you out of the sky pretty easily, and it does feel ridiculous. I'm not there right now, but I'm quite sure it's going to be bad. So you'll see, though, I am just going to, like, at times, just because for this map, there's not really a whole lot of positions where I can jump around on. But from here, you know, sometimes I will drop a mine behind me, just for, you know, putting that up in case someone tries to creep up on me. But yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of great usage for it. So like that's all I can do with it right now, at least in the sense of like the mines themselves. The mine does the same damage as a cheetah mine, so nothing amazing. You know, it would make more significance if it had a bigger chunk of damage, just because you only get one, and it's probably not going to hit many things. But that's just, I don't know. I guess it makes sense in terms of, like, you know, you don't want to completely lose relevance of cheetah, and you don't want to completely make this way better than Lancer. So, like, keeping stats of the same in some respects there makes sense. But I don't know. It's hard for me to say that this guy is going to be amazing. I think if you're a Lancer fan, it will make sense. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it will be an upgrade for you, of course. It's got better stats overall. The HP is quite high for a scout. And it's better than some other, like, legendary 32 energy mechs or, like, higher, mechs. So, like, it's better than Redox, and it's actually close to Onyx health. You know, so it's up there. It's not bad. The jump ability being twice is nice, and the fact that you have 24 energy. So, of course, it's going to be better than Lancer if you already use Lancer, so you will want to get to this. Oh, man, I was trying to get up there on the top of that thing. Maybe you can't. I'm not even going to bother, though. The match is almost over. But, yeah, it's like one of those things where I like that aspect. I don't think, and we'll play with it more in a minute, that it's going to change much of, like, what feels strong in meta when you get to top end. So, you know, that's where the question is, do you get it now? Do you invest? But we'll talk about that when we get into the next build. But that was, like, at its base level, just playing around with some, quantum guns. So let's take it to the next step. All right. This map isn't bad. Should be fun for this one. There are some rooftops to play around with. So now we got a max build, and I'm playing with the Pod Gun 12s. I've played a few matches with this already, and it is similar to what I was already saying I kind of feared. Going to be very easy to take this guy out mid-air. It's happened a lot with the AI, and just where, you know, I've barely been showing and they find a way to snipe me, of course. I'm trying it with the pod gun. I actually don't think this is necessarily the best weapon for it, but I think given the range of the pod gun, this is still going to be a fun one to go with. So this is going to be a tough one, though. Like, I mean, when you get to end game like this, you got to be on the move, and you got to be, you know, able to change your position. Actually, against players, I think this mech might be pretty good, but for general play, when there's AI involved, they're actually going to be harder on you in game, and just because they focus players down. So yeah, the railgun, I think it's usually Nomad that I find. Railgun Nomad is the one that typically gets me. I think that's one back there, actually. So it's one I have to be the most cautious of when you're talking this kind of build and this kind of stuff. I could see where, like, you know, sniper builds for this, of course, is going to be great, but is it going to be better on him than it is other mechs? I don't necessarily think so. I do think it's viable, though, so, like, if you really want to use him, it could work well there. I just don't think, like, when you think of the holy trifecta of the top 3 scouts that we have, Nomad, Surge, and Eclipse, this doesn't really take the place of any one of those, and when it comes to the rest of your hangar, there's probably other things that are going to be more important to you to run. I do think this can run pretty well with Storm Racks, which is a common late game weapon, so that it could run well with. Not bad with sniper weapons, though I don't think he's the best choice for that. Pod guns here are probably terrible. I just wanted to do something different, just because those choices that I mentioned are probably too obvious. Okay. But yeah, I mean, that's why I went this route. But yeah, that's generally how it seems. I wish that they would have done something different with this. I think the mine is kind of cool for defenses, I guess, against some certain aspects or certain mechs. When it comes to general play, you know, having stealth or a small shield when he jumps to be able to combat, like, you know, the sniper shots in some way would have been nice. I don't know if that would have been too OP, and maybe that's why they didn't go that way. Come on, guy, just die already. But I don't know. I just I didn't really like the way they handled his ability. And I also think, and Ruffles comment on this, as you can see right there, when you jump in the air, because he flares out his wings and he's taller than other scouts, it covers your entire screen. So it's hard to see what you're doing, and because there's a bug with height elevations and different kind of stuff, it will usually lose your targeting when you're jumping in the air. Hello, guy. That wasn't very effective, now was it? That is the nice thing when you're up there against Seeker. You kind of have protections in that way. But yeah, that's my overall thought. I think he's cool. I think he's fun for those who are going to get Lancer and use that style of play. Great for you. But for your average player and for the meta, it's not something you need. Definitely not something to get now. Maybe something to consider in the future if you want something different. But he doesn't feel like a necessary one to get at all. So that's my overall thoughts. You guys can let me know what you think below, and we'll see you out there on the battlefield.